Hi, I'm Dick Allgire. I'm one of the viewers for our new presentation on the Kennedy Assassination Project. We worked two targets for this several months apart with other targets in between. When I worked the first one, which was target EGL7-MIC3, of course at the time I didn't know it was one of the Kennedy targets. It was totally blind. It was unmonitored. I was all alone. Sometimes what I see is fleeting, blurry, a flash of something black and white or sepia toned, a little visual. You get that in your mind and you're able to know things about it. Occasionally, I can settle in enough to have that blossom into a full color experiential event. I mean vivid, clear, you are there. This can be quite startling. I had a few of those moments on this project. The first time, I found myself in the plaza. I awoke suddenly to grass and blue sky. Now, I had no idea at the time it was Dealey Plaza. I actually think I got there a few minutes early before the big event. It seemed to me that I was in a park in a mid-sized city. And instead of just being there and watching, I thought, why am I here? What do I need to see? That bumped me off the target. Oops. When we later got feedback, I realized, wow, I got to stand there in Dealey Plaza on November 22nd, 1963. In that session, when I reset and I went back in, I saw what I called the Gothic building. You can see in the video that I thought I was in 19th century Europe. But it turned out to be the Dallas courthouse, and I was able to use that building as an anchor to the events of that fateful day. Then, on another project, a month later, after working several other totally unrelated targets, I had another vivid experiential moment. This time I was on a city street. It was daytime. A young, thin, clean-cut man walked by me. He looked right at me. He had brown hair that was cut neatly. After I got the target feedback, I realized that was probably Lee Harvey Oswald. I sensed at the time that he was rushing off to try to meet his handlers to find out what the hell was going on. I didn't see him shoot anybody. I just saw him confused in the middle of something he didn't understand. I also had a full "you are there" moment watching a very distinct 1950s black American car. This was speeding through Washington on a foggy night. I knew it was taking an older man to an urgent meeting. You'll have to watch the video to find out what he was up to. You know, we struggled with how best to present this body of work. Should we condense the hour-long sessions? You know, people might think we're editing that down to show only the results that support our bias. But sometimes if you show it all in the early going, a remote viewing session develops slowly. It can be a little boring at first. What we usually end up doing is erring on the side of showing long clips in their entirety so that you can see the evolution from the point of view of the viewer's stream of consciousness. This is a really interesting project. I have a feeling that researchers around the world might pore over every sketch and study every word.